Hey, welcome back. Yes, indeed, welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel. I hope you appreciate the title to the what happened here? Okay, appreciate the title to tonight's session. I'm actually thinking about making, a day in the life video series and the channels are a dime a dozen. Why not call one Python is my mistress, or data science is my mistress, or data analytics is my mistress, whatever it is, or R is my mistress, Python mistress, SQL is my mistress, whatever. Whoever your mistress is in life. You notice I don't say Python is my wife. I say she's my mistress. Okay. Not even called her she there. But anyway, so some of you out there probably recognize once again that this title was making a nod to something else. Okay, and the title is this: the great big band leader Duke Ellington's autobiography is called "Music Is My Mistress." So therefore, this is my nod to Duke Ellington and his autobiography. Okay. Now the question is this, and I'm sure this has been done dozens of times. I mean, honestly, trying to use ChatGPT with, let's say, Titanic or something like that. But let's see something here. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Do we want to? Do I have sound? Do I have sound, folks? Yeah. Okay. Good. Someone sent me some code, some data, and he said, "Well, we need to do a prediction on this data." Well, the problem is the data doesn't contain a time series. It's just the name of countries and their emissions or something like that. Predictive models are always done over time. That's not really true. Obviously, Titanic predictive models, survival models, aren't done over time. But when you're trying to predict, an increase or decrease in something, it's almost always going to be done over time. I mean, what are you predicting it against? Okay. See, that's the question. It's just like the other night. You may recall that I did I did a video, and it was predicting global emissions, CO2 emissions among new cars for the next 5 years. And the good news is, according to my model, CO2 emissions among new cars should continue to decline over the next 5 years. Now, I think in my limited experience, the data has to sort of have a particular pattern, and that pattern is clearly going either up or down. Because I don't know how good AutoReam would be good at predicting reversals, for instance. I mean, the reason I'm talking like this is because I'm kind of stalling, trying to decide what I actually want to do. Okay. Let me know if the sound's okay. And I hope you like my banner. Let's see if the banner's actually there. Okay. Something else I didn't realize. I didn't realize that there was actually a separate Facebook. there's actually a separate page for Facebook Messenger, which is kind of interesting. So what do we want to do this evening? My mistress is calling to me. What do we want to do this evening? Should we return over? Should we return to the dark side, to Anaconda running on on Linux? Well, you know what? I also started a second code experience working with the Tidy Tuesday data set. Okay, the Tidy Tuesday data set. And it has to do with finder crops, it's called. I started to run this code right here. Okay. Initially, without what this GeoPy does, it's supposed to pull country names in English based on the longitude and latitude. I tried to do that here with this function here. By the way, all the code on this page was written by ChatGPT. Okay, and it ran for 30 minutes and never gave me the map. The original map using what's it called, Flume. What is Flume? That's the first question we should ask ourselves. What is Flume? I'm not really sure what that package actually does. So what is Flume? Is it a mapping package or is it something else? Okay, yeah, so it's basically, yeah, geospartial data basically means it's it makes plots, or it does maps. That's basically what I'm sure it can do other things, but it's what we used it for there was, of course, maps. Okay, so let's go back and go with the original one back up here, and this one ran. Let's add it above this one here. Okay, get rid of this. And that's just, as they say, let's just look at our story to date. And one of the things that's kind of spooky, this is what's called Tidy Tuesday data. It has to do with what's called founders crops, which I believe it refers to the native crops for a particular area or country or region. Mark's a good guy. I think he's from somewhere in Southeast Asia, maybe Singapore or some, Indonesia or something like that. Um, no, you can see nothing really tricky up here. Uh, so we can come down here, do something more useful, I'm thinking here. Crops info. So we could, what we're doing, we're reading the data directly from the GitHub site, which is I don't know. I wonder if let's take a look and see how big this plot was so far. So there's our notebook. So the notebook's only, I wonder if you do this, that the data doesn't actually take up space on your drive. So anyway, let's just take a look at our story today. Did I do a, I did a describe. Let's do this. Instead of info, what can we do? Now here's the thing. We don't actually need to print because it'll automatically print out in any notebook, okay? Is there a date field? So do we have a date column? Let's just say 2. Okay. Origins. Odd. Why do they have the same thing twice? Phase. I don't, well, my guess is the, let's change this. Okay, there does seem to be a bit of a, interesting. So there's not a big range of data. No, that was earlier today. That was earlier today. Hang on, I'll be right back. Give me something to drink. Actually, if you look at the stream from earlier today, you can if you want to avoid the Bible study, you can skip to like the minute 30 or something like that. Because minute 30, a friend stopped by the chat session. I haven't talked to him probably a month, and we did a little Python. I just kind of walked through a little Python for her. And one thing about this data here, it sure as heck seems like there's not a lot of range in this data here. I'm not really sure, you know, what this tells us either. But anyway, this is probably the most helpful plot so far. It's a count of the number of it's a number of records by category. Okay. Now, when this plot ran earlier today, it's pretty doggone spiffy. Let's see if we get it to work. So have you used that Falloom package before? Oh, don't need that. I keep missing a. Well, it certainly could be. I mean, I don't have a specific any type of filtering set up on it though. So here we are. So this plot is of the has to do with the location of various founders crops. And I think founders crops may mean like native crops. So how is your Arabic? How's your Arabic? You know, so as I said a minute ago, all this code, including the code for this map, was written by ChatGPT. Which is pretty doggone spiffy, I think. So when you highlight it, then it gives you the name of the crop, the wheat, the income, bitter, bitch, and so forth. So what part of the world is this in? Where is this? So is this North Africa? Is that what this is? Hmm. Okay. Let's come back over here then. As plotly expressed, you know, I'm telling you, this, I mean, what the heck? You could probably get through your first year of programming classes. You could probably get through your first year at least of your data science classes use nothing more than ChatGPT. Okay? So let's go over here. I'll leave that there for right now. I'm going to delete this cell right here. No, it's not. It's called crop. The data set is called crops. Right? Okay, good. Now, that's pretty doggone good shooting. I mean, we just use a plot to. I just wrote the Python code for a Plotly interactive plot. Proportions versus age by crop. So this is proportion from 0 to 1. So look at this. It has the crop name, the age that it started. I'm not sure what age started means. The proportion and the toxin detail. Okay, so there's one plot for you. Oh, what happened? Did I leave off a spelling someplace here? What's this going to say? Okay, so this is going to be an interesting. Well, let's try going on to the third example. 1, 2, 3. Did we do this one here? Which one is this? Well, this isn't good. There's nothing here. This one's kind of strange. But let's see if we can come back and fix the third one now. So this is the third plot. Okay, good. Let's see how it handles an error like this. Hmm. You know, the thing is, sometimes you see her like this, and you basically run around in circles trying to kind of resolve a problem. Oh no, something went wrong. And sometimes you just kind of go back and say, well, let's just move on to the next plot. So can you see my banner scrolling across the top of scrolling across the screen? Is my banner there? So okay, so it's time we move on to some more visualizations. So what do you think about this chat GPT stuff right here, Mark? Okay, I guess that's okay. So what's next? You can use the value counts function in pandas to generate a frequency table for a specific column in the data frame. Okay. I think we actually have a plot of that one earlier. Okay, so this is category and family. Let's try some here. And finally, there's this one here, right? So this is family. Okay. This is category. So you can see wild plants. Uh, Now, in a video I watched yesterday, it was I think it's some guy named Mo with Data or something like that. He used something called, what was it called? Display. Okay, and it allowed him to basically put the output from a command into a window, okay, like a window, and you can scroll up and down, left and right, because it was rather than just a static output from a command, it actually made it. Put that last plot, that last. Uh, in a window with scroll bars. Oh, we don't have that installed. Oh, I don't think we have that one installed, do we? I don't think we have that one installed, Mark. Okay, see what this is now? We got a scroll bar. Is that pretty spiffy or what? So we already have the IPython installed. We use display, import HTML, pivot table. Here's our code, basic code pivot table. And here's how we define the table. You know, my friend, that's pretty doggone spiffy. That's just daggone spiffy. Wild plants, so forth, fruits and nuts. Let's try some here. Let's see if we can explain the plot. Oh, okay. So what it did, which is cool, it actually explained its code to us. Therefore, devising a pivot table show the average number of individuals in the sample for each combination of plant and family. So if we come back up here, so there's 4,490 samples, I guess. So say, Mark, can you see the window scrolling up there? Can you actually see that there's supposed to be a scrolling window? I'm just wondering if anybody can actually, if you or anybody else can actually see it. Yeah, I don't see the scrolling in a place. Going to have to work on that. And of course, hey, if there's anybody else out there watching the background, first of all, hey, stop by the chat session and say hi and tell us who you are and where you live and what role you play in what role you play in your day during your day job. And of course, also very, very important, click the like button for the video and click that bell icon to be notified whenever I go live again. Okay. Of course, also be sure to invite 10 of your friends along to watch the stream tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Okay. Sure. Here, plotly graph objects. What the heck is that? What is that? Mark, what is that? What is a plotly graph object? You see, there's supposed to be there we go. So be sure to pay close attention now, Mark, to the scrolling message bar at the bottom of the screen, okay? I forgot to enable it. All right, okay. Scatter plot showing distribution of samples by longitude and latitude with marker size indicating the proportion of the sample. So we use this Plotly scrap optics, right? Go figure. Longitude, latitude, mode markers, markers dictionary, hover plate. This looks pretty fancy. I have. Do you understand that code there, Mark? Is there anybody in the chat session who understands this code? You know what I need to do is I need to figure out how to use Quattro to I need to figure out how to use Quattro to how to use Quattro to what about this? Ta-da! Distribution of samples by longitude and latitude. So what do we got here, Mark? Okay, this is a site name, founder's crop, custom data. Oh. Well, Mark, I hate to say it, I'm afraid this is going to be okay. Interesting. Okay, this is interesting. Some of the founders crops don't have values for them. Okay, which is sort of interesting. Okay, let's drop the values for where the founder's crop name is NA. Let's try the rest of these plots. Plotly Express has already been built, so we don't need that. So what do you think, Mark? You think I'm ready to turn pro? No. Oh, did I forget to change something up here? Crops. Let's try the third one then. Oh no. Oh no. Plotly. No, say it ain't so, Joe. Not a pie plot. Anything but a pie plot. All right? So let's come back up here, take this code again. let's see if we rewrite the code for us. You know, if nothing else, ChatGPT is very polite. Although sometimes it's kind of funny. It seems like it gets a little frustrated sometimes. It's like, well, you can do this or that, and it's kind of curious because it's like, it takes a deep sigh and go, okay, let's try this one more time. Oh, see, my apologies for that error. Here's the corrected code. Okay. Let's make sure we got the correct plot. Sorry for the error. Here's the code. Okay. Once again, the value of X is not the name of a column in the data frame. Expected one of founders or count, but to reuse the index, pass it directly to it. Okay. And sometimes I'll sit here and it's like I'm just like going around in circles. You get an error message. Oh, here's the correct code. You run the code. You get a new error message. You run more code. Sometimes you're just like, okay, this is it. So tell me, Mark, are you a VS Code guy or a Jupyter Notebook guy? No. There's three types of coders in this world. There's Jupyter Notebook coders, there's VS Code, and then of course there's Vim coders. Okay. So what are you, a Vim coder, a VS Code coder, or a Jupyter Notebook coder? See what I mean? It keeps changing the code, but nothing changes. Okay. So we'll drop that code. Of course, we tried a sunburst before and it didn't work. I'm just saying. Okay. If there's anybody out there in chat land in the background, stop by the chat session. Let me know if you can see the scrolling banner going across the screen, okay? And of course, click the like button for me and click the like button and the bell icon. And of course, if you really find this useful, invite 10 of your geek friends, 10 of your data science friends to come over and join in the live stream tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, U.S. East Coast time. Okay. Okay. Sunburst pots samples crop by Lodge. Now I think we may have already tried this, but let's find out here. Uh-oh, this isn't good. I got 32, wait, I got 32 gigs of RAM. You're telling me that my system's locking up on me? Wait a second here. Wait a second here. This is interesting, isn't it? It's completely locked my system up. That's interesting.